So me and my brother, we just was talking, and I was bringing out the point too. Well, we were just talking about the power that everybody has as people, and it made me think too because I know, we both kind of grew up with the Jehovah's Witness background, but neither one of us do it now. But one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to get away from religion, and especially that religion, because it takes away the power that you have as a human being, the power as a person. It puts all the power into some transient being's hand, and it tells you that you don't have any power as a person. But look at the world now. Look at what just black people finally taking a stand. Well, I'm not gonna say finally taking a stand, but as of late, what it's done. Because even when you look at all these video games, we were just talking about this. Black people been getting killed by the police for years. Shit, every year we've been here in America, been getting killed by police. We've been getting done wrong. All this injustice been taking place. And just on a small scale, how you could kind of see how it's changing certain things is that we play the game, we play 2K, you go on 2K, you go on Madden, you go on Call of Duty, any game right now, they're gonna say how Black Lives Matter. Now they stand in support of Black Lives Matter. But what happened all these other times when it was all these other people dying? Why they ain't never put a message out then? They putting the message out now because they know that black people saying something. They're not supporting. They saying, oh, support black owned business. Don't do this, don't do that. Don't support nobody who don't support us. It should have been like that from the very beginning. But now since people been taking a stand, they gonna put out the message, and I'm all for that. Like, realize the power we have as people. And I was talking about too, just like it made me think about the job. Like when you work for a job, and I don't work for like a lot of warehouse jobs, and I hate it. It's gonna be, to me, it's not slave work as far as like slaves in the sense of how our ancestors, what they had to go through. Nothing is gonna be like that, but it's slave work, you know. Um, but I always run into a black person, a older black man, who tell me I'm lucky because I started working at a warehouse and I'm younger. And they like, oh yeah, I wish I would have been your age when I would have found this good job. This is a good job. They got some good benefits. You making some good money. You can move up. Every year you may get a 10 cent or a quarter raise. But they be working you to death. They done fucked me up. I got so many injuries, so many things wrong with me. And every day I come back from work, I'm tired as hell. And they just doing shit dirty. They making so much money off of us. And it's like, I just hate the message that an older man would tell me as a black young man, instead of saying, hey, you know what, get your education. Or saying, hey, follow your dreams. Don't waste your life working in a place like this. Because that's the message that I share to anybody. That's why I want to tell everybody who's young, find what you want to do now. Think about that now. And do what you want to do now. Live your life, because you only get to be young for so long. And the longer you work for these people, the longer they're going to run it up. They're going to use you, and you're going to be gassed, and then, you're going to look back and be like, damn, I should have did this. So I'm not saying everybody got to go to college, but I will say educate yourself. Whatever means that is. If you're going to go to college, but shit, you could go to the library. You could look up stuff on Google. You could do anything to educate yourself. You just got to read, but just thinking about the message, and those are the type of people where I'll be like, they doing a disservice to the community, to the youth, because they telling you something that's opposite of what was meant for you. Your purpose was to be great, and to live great. So realize the power you have as a person. But what's it? Yeah. But yeah, that just got me heated, because I was thinking about that too. Because I was watching this All Def Digital, they doing their Squadcast, and they was talking about Seattle, and he was giving his experience, as living in Seattle, he like it rains every day basically. And it was like, how do you get used? I mean, how did you do it for 13 years? And he's like, you just get used to it. Nothing ever gets canceled or nothing like that. And then, you know, my brother had brought up like, oh yeah, that's how it is in Chicago. Don't nothing get canceled. And that's another thing where I'm saying these people, they don't give a fuck about you. Like, it was the coldest days, I think they said, it was like 100 years. I can't remember. It was cold as fuck. It was like negative 30 something degrees. And I think they said with the wind chills, it was like what? I think with the wind chills, it was like negative 30, negative 40.
Yeah, negative 40 or something like that.
It was like negative 40. They was like, if you stay outside for too long, like you could, like in 5 minutes, you could get frostbite. So you stay outside too long, you was gonna get frostbite. And I had never missed a day of work. I remember this. I never missed a day of work. And I had to take the bus to work, you know. And so that required me to stand outside. So I would have to go outside, and I would always try to get there. If I was gonna catch the bus, try to get there at least 10 minutes early because the bus be coming early, So 10, 15 minutes, you be safe to catch the bus. But like I said, you could get frostbite, they said, in 5 minutes. So I had to catch the bus, and then I had to wait on another bus. So that means I would have to wait a whole nother hour. I had already been cold as hell before that, let alone me having to do that on the coldest days. And it was like, I think it was like that for like a week. It was cold as fuck. And I think I took off like 3 days, them real, real cold days. And like I said, those were my first days. I had been going to work every day that I was supposed to go. And then they tried to make me work on Sundays too. And I was in school. It was just tough. I was working like overnight. And they really had a problem that I missed those 2 days. And that let me know just basically how they feel. Like, you they slave. They had an attitude like, you could have came, it wasn't even that cold. There is no heat in there. They tell you when you go into a warehouse, basically however the weather is outside, that's what it's gonna be in here. So if it's cold outside, it's gonna be cold in here. If it's hot outside, it's gonna be hotter in there. And that's the truth. When it be cold, it seems like it's colder when you be in those trucks. When it's colder when you be in that building. I was like, I'm not going in there. I can't go in there those days. And I just let you know, like, they were trying to take that power away from you. And then the sad thing is, it's always a couple people, because, of course, management and the supervisors, mostly the white people, they don't get no fuck. Because they going to sit in the office with the heat. They going to be chilling. They're like, well, we was here. That may be the first day that they work at all them other days. And then there's always going to be a couple black people who's like, well, I came. And that's ruining for everybody when it's like, you want to go along with some shit that don't even sound like it makes sense. Oh, I got to get that money. Yeah, I mean, we all got to get money, but at what cost? At the cost of you having no power, of you doing some shit that don't make no sense. And it take you to get to a certain point when it's like super bad. Now they have to put they fucking knee on a man's neck and kill him for you to finally be like, you know what, this is enough. They done been killing, they been doing their injustice. They been doing this dumb shit. And I was thinking about that the other day too. Like I said, think about what the police do. When it was the beginning of this coronavirus thing, the police was nowhere to be found to pull you over. You could be driving no matter, whatever way you wanted to drive. I had to still go to work. And every night people was driving 100. At least 80. Everybody was going on the E-way. And usually it'd be the police hiding in the cut. They lights be off, waiting for somebody to speed. They wasn't out there because they couldn't be out there. They were saying, oh, we only responded to like emergencies. They wasn't pulling nobody over for no speeding or for any like petty tickets. But before that, every night the police was hiding, waiting on somebody. And they say that they do it. They try to make it, cover it up. Oh, we doing it for your safety. We doing it for your safety. They're not doing it for your safety because if they were, then they would have kept on doing it even when the coronavirus was happening, when it started happening. They just want to do petty shit. They want to try to police you and do whatever the fuck they want to do. And you have to learn to see bullshit from the beginning. I see a lot of people trolling. Like, They troll. They love to troll, and they love to say just dumb shit. And don't even give your energy to it. I don't give my energy to that. I don't even respond back to somebody who I'll be like, oh, you on bullshit. You just want to get a reaction out of me. And that's what a lot of white people do. They'll see, I heard somebody say, well, when they put the knee on George Floyd's neck, he said he can't, he couldn't breathe. And they like, well, if you can talk, you can breathe. And he died, obviously, and they're like, well, if you can talk, you can breathe. It's like, that person is just saying shit because they want to get a reaction. You can't even sell lemonade without a white person getting uncomfortable, let alone put your hands on them. They couldn't stand having no motherfucking knee on their neck. So what makes you think that they don't understand? They just don't give a fuck. And that's been the case this whole time. Don't stop letting it get to this point. Stop letting it get to the point of you having to get killed for no reason. And then finally be like, you know what, that's enough. Stand up before all of this shit happened.